Okay, plan for change.
Sorry,
So
Sha? Yeah, plan
plan
for
for
change.
change. Here the topic is plan for change. So now you are pursuing PMP and you want to be a project manager, right?
Mm, yes, correct.
How many years of experience you have as a project coordinator, or
Uh, 4 years of experience.
4 years of experience? And you want to be a project manager as a designer or as a, in execution,
Project management, actually.
not a project manager.
Uh, we are coordinating between design and also in the execution. We are not directly dealing with execution, mainly
Mm.
focused on the design only, design and approvals. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, fine.
So I want to be a lead of a design and approval team, both.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So now back to the topic, plan for
Mm,
change. So how we can make changes? We should include an attitudinal survey to find out how people are feeling. We can conduct surveys.
mm,
We can create
yeah.
informational campaign to familiarize people with changes. Be open and transparent about potential effect of the changes, and consider creating a rollout plan. So actually, the rollout plan is not a project management plan component. So we can conduct surveys, we
Mm,
can have some campaigns, we can have open and transparent potential effect. We can also be open, to them. We can
mm,
have transparent and potential discussion with them in terms of what will be the
mm.
effect of the changes. Organization
Okay.
transformation for project practitioners. So here, this is one of the diagram which it shows. Let me maximize it. This is the North Star, here the North
Mm,
Star articulates the vision and strategic objectives. So this North Star will articulate what is our vision and what is our strategic objectives. Now here you can see customer insights,
okay.
in this
Mm,
round wheel. This is customer insights and what is the mega trends, in the globe. Then we have
okay.
transformation and operating system here also. And this is volunteer
Mm,
campaigns which we are running, which
volunteer.
we talk about.
Mm, mm,
So we should be looking at the North Star, and
mm.
also we should also conduct, inside and out employee transformation also to the organization, which is similar to ADCAR, which we discussed before. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
This is also called bright line transformation compass of 5 building blocks.
Right. Like,
Yeah. So one, two,
okay.
three, four, five. So 5 building blocks, and which
Mm,
is called bright line transformation. This is actually a compass, but our North Star, is
okay.
our vision. This is the main point. Our North Star is a vision and
Mm,
strategic objectives
okay.
for any organization.
Mm,
How
mm.
will you say your organization takes on changes? How will you say your organization takes
Okay.
on change? It is low, or it is medium, or it is high?
I
They accept, your organization accept the changes at high level or medium level or low level. Your organization,
high level only, no?
so they're making
Mm.
changes rapidly.
No, 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 no.
Hmm.
Rapidly not.
Okay.
Only say your organization takes on change.
So you can say
Low or medium?
lower, huh? Lower or medium, right?
Yeah, low or medium.
Okay. It depends, every
Not
organization
rapidly.
has different, style of,
Mm,
they have their
Mm.
own organization environment, and maybe some organization takes changes high, you know, some
I
have
okay.
low, some have medium, so it depends. Eco coverage, again,
Mm-hmm.
what is the meaning of eco coverage? We are, again covering our PMBOK guide. We are referencing to that one where it was mentioned in
Yeah,
3.3.4.
evaluate. Yeah, yes, it's evaluate and deliver project benefits.
Yes. So support organization change, it was discussed in 3.4.1. Assess organization culture,
Mm.
evaluate impact of organization change to project and determine required actions, and evaluate impact of the project to the organization and determine required action again. So it was
Mm.
mentioned in 3.4.3, 3.4.2, and 3.4.1.
Yeah, yes.
Project governance, topic number E, how the project will be governed.
Mm.
So corporate governance, the system of rules, practices, and process by which a firm is directed and controlled is called corporate governance. How it is ruled, what are the practices, what is the processes. Okay, so
Okay.
that is called a corporate governance. So in project governance, so there is difference between project governance and corporate governance. So in project governance,
Mm.
the framework, function, and process that guide project management activities to create a unique product, service, or result to meet organization strategic and operation goals is called a project governance. So
Okay.
actually, the key benefits are it offers a single point of accountability and encompass the
Mm.
project life cycle. So actually, the governance, project governance differs among if you're talking about corporate governance, or it differs from organization to organization, or it is we are talking about
Mm.
project governance. It is also, again, it differs in organization to organization. But the
Okay.
definition is, the framework, functions, and process that guide project management activities to
Mm.
create a unique product. So actually, a project is a unique product, right? As I discussed with you before, project is a unique
Yes.
product. Every project is different.
Unique.
It
Mm.
has
Mm. Yes.
timeline, a
Time
specific
limit.
start date
Yeah.
and a specific end date.
Mm. End date.
So that product or service to meet the organization's strategic and operation goal is called project governance.
Mm.
Project governance, what kind and how much? Too much governance can annoy stockholders, while a relaxed governance can lead to a lack of stakeholder engagement or accountability. So again, there is, again, drawback of too much governance, or
Drawback.
lack of governance. So if we are governing too much, it can annoy the stakeholders. But if you are lacking some governance,
Mm.
if there is it is the governance is relaxed, it will lack
Mm.
the stakeholder engagement, and there will be lack of accountability.
Engagement accountability. Mm.
So again, governance is, you know which is established by PMO, should
Mm.
align with the organization policies, and it also depends on strategic importance of project constraints and oversight requirements. So what is the information here? It is mentioned creating critical for managing internal or external business environment. Change and deviation in budget, scope, schedule, resource, or quality. Budget management oversight is key governance area. Okay, here. So the first point was, very interesting, which is too much governance, or
Yeah.
lack of governance. That is very important.
Mm.
But usually the governance is established by the project management office in any organization. Okay,
Yes.
and
Mm. Mm.
strategic importance of the project, the PMO should make some. There should be an oversight to those. The PMO should define the oversight, the constraints on that particular project.
Mm.
Next one is project governance components. So in the
Competence.
project management components, what are the project management components?
Mm.
Which governance components actually? They should be in
Okay.
any project. In any project, there should be a
Mm.
process for change,
Mm.
right? In any project, there should be a process for change. There should be. Have you ever heard the
Yeah.
word of variation orders in your projects?
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
That variation orders is called the change. So there should be a process for change. Okay,
Mm.
there
Mm.
should be actually a process for change. Also, there should be a process for communication, right? Your communication metrics
mm,
should be there. Communication management plan should be
yeah,
there.
mm,
Also, process for documentation, process for how to integrate with the stakeholders. There should
mm,
have a specific risk register, decision making,
mm,
the stage gate
mm,
or guidelines for aligning project governance. You know, there should be a process for project organization chart. With their roles and descriptions,
mm, mm,
and how the relationship. Even the relationship among project team should be there. Should be a process for that. You know,
mm,
as a colleague, there should be some boundaries in terms of the relationships. Most of the organizations they have their uh,
mm,
their code of conduct. Especially big organization, they have a code of conduct in terms of relationship among project team members and
mm.
organizational groups or external stakeholders. Okay, stage gate.
Yes.
Have you ever heard the word stage gate or phase reviews? Especially it is
No.
done in design, sometime
No.
in design also. Stage gate review.
Okay.
No, in some projects it is there. Stage gate reviews.
Phase reviews, okay.
Or phase
Okay.
reviews.
Phase
If,
reviews I heard. Phase one, phase two, phase three.
so you are working on infra or building projects.
Building projects. Yes, I belongs to actually fit out internal
Fit out, huh?
modifications.
Okay.
Yeah, live projects. Sometimes I will see. Small live projects.
Okay. Governance in adaptive projects. Again, we are discussing agile. Okay.
Mm.
This is plan-based approach.
Okay.
This slide is specifically for plan-based approach. The second slide is for the agile, the adaptive projects, where there is iterations.
Okay.
Okay. You can see this, symbol.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
So in in adaptive environment, in adaptive environment,
Oh, it's okay.
there should be document
Mm.
output and expectations. There should be iterations or sprints with
Mm.
expectations and outputs. So those iteration and sprints
Mm.
should have expectations and what will be the output. It should be written down. And releases,
Mm.
how many releases will be there and what is the specific date for those releases, and how we are going to monitor those
Mm.
outputs, and how the daily stand-ups will be there, and what will be the iteration approaches. It should be quicker, and it should be less costly, identification of value based outputs than predictive. So predictive is plan based, adaptive is agile. So our iterations,
Mm.
should be
Agile, yeah.
quicker. It should deliver some value. We are here talking about value as an adaptive environment. The project should deliver value to the new release.
Mm.
Okay, should deliver value. So what did you get
Okay.
from the from this particular slide?
It's mainly for agile, not plant-based. Okay, and there will be document outputs and expectations.
Okay.
So yeah, those things.
Hmm.
Uh, then it's adaptive.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's where adaptive is. So sorry.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
agile, there
Then
is
it will
iterations
be
and sprints.
quicker. The
Yeah.
yeah, the same properties which we have seen in agile only. Like it will be quick. Then less costly also.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm,
Project governance, aka project board or steering committee. So
mm,
they provide project oversight, may include power project sponsor, senior manager, and PMO resources may be responsible for reviewing key deliverables, providing guidance for project decisions. They are the ones who are going to decide,
mm,
for going into that particular project, okay,
mm.
or not going to that particular project.
Okay.
They are the ones who are going to review the key deliverables,
Mm,
the key milestones, okay, the
mm,
governance board,
mm, mm,
and also the insight to the project. that should be also be there. But in terms of,
Mm,
in terms of agile, we will discuss side by side with the agile also. The
mm,
agile says, we should have
yes.
the project scrum manager
Mm,
or scrum lead. They is intermediary governance boards to liaise between the project and organization governance. So in agile, it is adaptive nature,
uh,
here.
mm, yeah. Sir, what is Scrum?
Scrum is, in agile, especially in agile environment, there is scrum master, okay, who usually play the roles as a project manager. In plan based
Okay,
approach, we have
okay.
project manager, but in agile, there is a scrum master, okay. That scrum master is the one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That day we studied. Yes,
Yes, you forgot about that one.
yes, 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 yes. I
You forgot.
studied about that.
Really, it's,
Now I remember. No, no, no. Now I remember. Now I remember. Sorry.
yeah, in agile there is a scrum master. So that scrum master is has the role of, like,
Yes.
in
Mm,
plan based approach we have the role of, like, project manager, and he is the
yeah.
one who is reviewing, and who is, in every sprint there is sprints.
Mm, mm,
So actually he is the one who is going to review, and he's the one who is doing the releases. So we will discuss this in detail about the agile. There is agile specifically,
okay.
chapters are there in PM book.
Mm,
We are going to read that, and we are going to discuss that
okay.
about in that particular area of the course.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
escalation procedures, how we escalate,
Mm,
in terms of the problem with the authority. So here in this graph we can see there is problems and
mm,
authorities. So how, the if the authority is higher, for someone, okay, if the authority is
mm,
big,
mm,
if someone has high authority, let's say for example a project
mm,
manager has the high authority, okay.
mm. Okay.
So this responsible stakeholders and project team members,
Mm,
we see here, the
project team
the
res
graph shows, the graph, what does it shows? uh
mm,
he the one which has a higher authority has higher problems, right?
mm,
Right.
taller. Higher problem.
Small
Yes.
problems, because
Yes,
in
yes,
this
correct.
environment, responsible stakeholders and project team environment which they are discussing, the one which has a higher authority has a higher
Mm,
problems, the one with less authority has a low problems,
yeah.
right?
That's correct. Yes, yes, correct.
Yeah, so here if there is some problem, it should be escalated to particular
Mm,
stakeholders who is authorized to take the actions, right? It should be escalated.
yes.
They use the word of escalation, right?
Mm, yes,
If there
yes,
is an
correct.
issue with the threshold, then work, if there is some issue, small issues, it can be discussed with the team to find a resolution. But any problem we see even in infra projects, the client usually say, if the contractor face some problems, in terms of authorities, they're not getting the authority approvals, or design NOC, or
Mm,
the contractor is not getting the construction NOCs or ITC permits or IPS
mm,
permits, they should escalate. They are
mm.
using the word escalate in the meetings. They should escalate to the to the client. Okay, if they, it's not
Correct,
in
correct,
their
correct.
control, so escalation should be there.
Mm,
Otherwise, it will
yeah.
create a big problem. Okay.
Correct.
Now here, governance and life cycles. So in a systematic view, governance systems work alongside the value delivery system, the project life cycle. Okay. So
Mm,
governance system, in any organization, it works alongside the delivery system, which is the project life.
mm, okay.
So in order to sort out the workflows, the issues should be managed, and to also the decision making, the one who is making the decision should also
Mm,
support the team members.
yes.
Okay, they should work side by side. They should,
Okay.
work side by side along the delivery system. Next
Mm.
one is governance checkup points, phase gates and iterations. As I said, phase gates in and iterations.
Predictive and
So
okay.
where is iterations? Iteration is in adaptive life cycle, right? Phase gates
Yeah,
are
agile.
in
Yeah,
phase gates are in predictive life cycle.
predictive. Mm.
Predictive is plan based approach where we plan
Yes,
ahead.
plant
We
based.
have a BOQ,
Mm.
we have IFC drawings, we have a contract, we have everything on our tables. We
Everything.
know what we are going to do.
Mm.
In adaptive, it is agile,
Mm.
right? So in predictive
Yes.
environment, there is phases. We have phase one of the project, phase two of the project, phase
Mm.
three of the project, right?
Yes.
Right?
Mm.
Especially
Yes.
in infra projects, we are
Yes.
using the word phases. Okay,
Okay.
and in adaptive, there is iterations. So we split the work into phases in a
Mm.
predictive environment, and in adaptive we split works into releases. Right? There is releases.
Mm.
We review the result of a phase
Release.
gate or governance
Yes.
gate or kill point or toll gate. We review the results.
Mm.
Here
Mm.
we review result at end of iterations. At the end of each cycle or at the end of each iteration, we review the results, which is quicker and faster. Okay.
Mm.
And here in the
Okay.
predictive, we decide, shall we continue to the next phase?
Mm.
Shall we continue with modifications or end the
Mm.
project or a program? But
Mm.
in here in adaptive, we gather feedback and take action to improve value in next iteration. So we are working for next iteration.
Next iteration.
We get the customer feedback
Mm. Yeah.
and continue until customer acceptance and criteria is done. Definition of
Mm.
MPV is satisfied or project ends. So this one, customer acceptance criteria is there in adaptive. So phases means,
Mm.
let's say for example, we are we are doing some infrastructure works for three phases. Phase one work is to complete the road works, right? Phase two is
Yes.
to complete the landscaping works. Phase three is to complete the
Mm.
street lighting works. Okay. So now once we
Okay.
finish the phase one, okay, so we realize that our
Mm.
budget is complete. So we don't go with the we are or our budget is less. We don't go with the
Phase two.
phase two. We go with the phase three
Okay.
to complete the street lighting work. I'm just giving you one example. Okay.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So we should decide, should we go to the next phase or not in a predictive environment. But in adaptive, there is
Mm.
releases and we get the customer feedback, and then we can go for the next iteration where we can have another release.
Mm.
So here it is shown phase one, phase two, phase three. So if we have a phase gate here, after phase one, we will review. So if we are reviewing, so we have a phase gate here to to
Mm.
go for to review. Either we go for phase two or phase three.
Okay.
So either
Mm.
we go for sequential finish to start, or we go for overlapping. We overlap it. Okay.
Okay. It means after phase one also we can go directly to the phase three. Otherwise, in the sequence means phase one, then
Yeah,
phase
we
two,
phase
then
two.
phase three,
Yeah,
right?
phase three. Either we start go for phase three, or in phase gate review. There is phase gate review is there. Okay.
Okay.
In that
Okay.
review, this phase gate review, we will decide either we go
Mm.
for phase three or we start with phase two, and in parallel we do phase three also. Okay.
Okay.
We
Mm-hmm.
overlap it or we make it sequential, or
Mm.
we skip this phase two. It's up to us. It is part of the phase gate review,
Mm.
analyzing of the phase one. Okay.
Who will do phase gate review, sir? Both the manager and stakeholder, or who will decide the phase gate? Ah,
Who is the sponsor of the project?
okay.
The
Sponsor.
sponsor of the project will decide, but the there should be a feedback, from the from the
Mm.
from the from the from the specialist, to the project owner or the sponsor to continue or not to
Okay,
continue,
okay,
right?
okay. Sir, but mostly this phases will comes in infrastructure project, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So consider if you are obtaining some design NOCs for keeping signboard or something like that, means how
Mm.
the phase one, phase two, and phase three will be divided. The design NOCs will comes under phase one, like that. Then construction NOC will be phase two or phase three, like that, or how it will be.
No, it's not like, it's not only particular about infrastructure, it can be for the buildings also. If you divide the project
Okay.
into three phases, you have one area which we call it phase one or phase two or phase three.
Yes.
It is not necessary.
Okay,
So we can
okay. That
also,
I know.
yeah, it's not necessary that it is infrastructure. It is just the meaning,
Ah.
I'm trying to explain,
No, I got it. Yes. Yes. Now got it.
right? Now
Yes, correct.
here again, it shows
Mm,
at the beginning of phase, at the beginning of any phase, we should
mm,
validate our assumptions. What is the risk we should have?
mm,
We should know the risk, and what is the detailed explanation of phase deliverables, the milestones or the outcomes.
mm.
It should be at the beginning of the
Okay.
phase. We should define those things. At the
Mm,
end, at the end of that phase, particular phase, there should be what are the key deliverables that has been produced, and what is to be reviewed, and what is there to ensure that there is completion and acceptance is there. Snagging,
mm,
desnagging,
mm,
we should
mm,
know that the project is really ended or not. All the scope of work has been delivered. All the deliverables are achieved or not achieved. Okay.
mm, mm,
So if there is huge risk, if you encounter huge risk, so deliverables are no longer
mm.
needed or requirement change. A phase or project will be terminated. Okay. If you face,
Oh.
suddenly you face huge risk in any project or in any phase. So what
Mm.
should they decide? So there is
Terminate
no, we
the
cannot make
project
changes.
with the
We cannot
vendor.
make changes. We have to terminate that project, right?
Yes.
Okay. Again, eco coverage, it shows from which particular
Co-coverage.
PM box
Mm.
these definitions were there. It was from 2.14.1, 2.14.2.
Yes. Yes.
Define
Evaluate
escalation
and
path
review
and
the process.
threshold. Determine appropriate
Mm.
governance for project replication or replicate
Replicate
organization
organization
governance.
governance.
Yes.
Yes.
Project compliance. This is topic number F. Project compliance.
Yeah.
So here
Mm,
in project compliance, there should be
mm,
internal and external stakeholders, which should include the regulations, the policies, the product
mm,
and project quality, the project risk. The PMO,
mm,
project management office, should monitor compliance at organization level. Okay.
mm.
And team should be responsible for the project activities related compliance, including quality of process and deliverables, procurement, and work by vendors. So in compliance, you should have, let's say for example, in all, you should have, you should know which material you are using. If any client has a requirement of uh, material vendor list, there is approved vendor list for some
Mm.
project. Okay. So that is one of the
Yes.
compliance. You are procuring the material from those particular vendors. Okay. Which is approved by the client.
Okay.
Okay. That is also part of the compliance. You are complying to the
Mm,
corporate policies, the HSC policies. Okay.
mm,
The quality policies. Okay. And you are also compliant with the project risk. You should know the risk of the project, right?
mm.
You should be in compliant,
Yes.
to mitigate that risks. And what
Mm,
are the processes for the quality delivery? In your execution, in your execution, you should be uh, in your execution, you should maintain proper quality checks. You know, your method statement should be approved. Your material submittals, your material should be approved from the approved vendor list. And in the execution of work, there should be proper inspections. In the inspections, there should be proper, if there is some non-compliance, proper NCR should be raised. Okay. So
okay.
that is particular compliance in terms of a project. The project management office, who is monitoring the project, side by side,
Mm,
should maintain compliance at organization level.
okay.
This is how the compliance is being done. on any particular
Mm,
project. You see here procurement and work by vendors. So those approved vendors, the material
yeah.
should be procured from those approved vendors. Compliance
Mm,
requirements. So the requirement is legal. It should be legal or regulatory. Constraint should also be there. Like requirement for specific practices, standards, privacy laws, or
mm,
handling of sensitive information. That is also compliance requirements. You know, the project information should not be released. There should be sensitive information leakage should not be there. The
mm,
privacy laws should be there. And the standards should be maintained. The
mm,
specific practices. What is the requirement of specific practices? Let's say, for example, if you are concreting, you should have some specific temperature to pour the concrete. So that specific temperature should be
mm.
maintained. I'm just talking about giving you one example. But for those
Yeah,
practices,
yeah, okay.
there should be some standards.
Mm,
Now, in next one, we have compliance category classification.
classifications.
So how we classify the compliance in terms of categories. In terms of
Mm,
categories like quality, process
mm,
risk, social
mm,
responsibility, how much we are ethical, non-corrupt
mm,
practices should be not be there. Workplace
mm,
health and safety environment, what is the HSC environment, is there the environmental risk, what will be the impact of on the environment.
mm,
And category vary based on industry and solution scope, and unique legal and regulatory exposure should be there also. So the categorization can also be different or can be vary on the industry
mm,
and the solution scope, the legal and regulatory exposure should also be there. So what
mm.
did you get here from this discussion?
Yeah, here full and fully I got it like HSE safety,
Mm-hmm,
HSE safety. Then what are the risk compliance,
mm-hmm,
quality.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay,
then
fine. Then we have compliance threats.
it's
How to investigate those compliance threats.
mm,
What is the organization quality policy? So you should have the quality policy, and are they in compliance with the quality policy? Are the team and stakeholder aware of compliance matters? Awareness should be there. There should be
mm, mm,
workshops. There should be trainings. Where and who
okay.
in the organization handle compliance? Who is the one who is handling the compliance? The audits. There is audits, quality audits on the project,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm.
What legal
Yes.
or regulatory requirement impact the organization, like workplace safety, data
Safety
protection,
data
requirement for
protection.
professional membership? So all those, you have audits on your project. You have QA/QC manager on the project, who is
Mm,
making some audits. Your site team has QA/QC engineers. There are inspections. There are
mm,
NCRs, there are SORs, site observation reports.
mm,
The
mm,
quality policy should be there. The stakeholders should be,
mm.
aware of how the compliance is there in terms of, the data protection. Professional
Okay.
professional membership of the team members should be there, and
Mm,
workplace safety also. If you are working in any environment, it should be safe to
mm,
be work there, especially on for the staff and also for the the execution staff, or the manpower at the site.
mm,
Treat compliance as a project objective. So this is, we should treat the compliance as a project objective. This is our objective, because our
mm,
compliance should be, we should deliver deliverables,
mm.
in terms of, compliance. It should be in compliance with safety,
Okay.
quality, and identified risk. Quality audit should be there. See,
Mm.
they use the word quality audits here. And legal
Quality
and
audits.
regulatory
Yes.
compliance should be there. And
Mm, mm,
check compliance before the end of the project. Before, if we not check the compliance at the end of the project, the the issues of, there will be issue that will be created,
Issues
and
will be not able.
it will not be
Mm,
good for, for the organization to lose
mm,
clients, if we are not deliver good
mm,
projects in terms of quality and not on time.
yes. Mm,
Five best practices. So five best practices for
mm,
compliance is documentation, risk planning, compliance audit, compliance counsel, and compliance stewardship. So compliance stewardship is actually your
okay.
responsibility, right? Audit is a formal process, okay, in terms of
Okay.
documentation and in terms of,
Mm,
how the team members are there and what are the processes. And compliance
mm,
counsel is the one who is auditing the project. Maybe it's third party audits or audit from within within in your organization. Okay,
okay. Qualitative. Mm.
so this is interactive activity again,
Interactive activity.
yeah, and we are going to stop here on this topic before for today class.
Okay.
So
Mm,
here, does your organization have a quality policy? I think they should have it. Do you know where to find quality
mm.
policy or standards for your projects? Do you know where you can find your quality policies in your organization? I think you should know it. And what kind of
Oh.
compliance activities are you involved with? So think about, you are you are
Mm,
you are involved in some activities that has a compliance. Just think about this one
mm.
also. In eco
Okay.
coverage, it was part from 3.1.1,
Yeah, that's same thing.
3.1.2, and
Yes.
3.1.5 from the PMO
Yes.
guide.
Yes. Yes.
Plan and manage project compliance.
Yeah.
So we discuss until topic, topic of compliance. We discuss topic F. We
Mm.
discussed already. Next class is about build, share, understanding.
Well,
Okay,
the shared understanding.
but I want you,
Okay.
and until next class, you should thoroughly
Mm.
go back and study the slides again. Okay, and come up if you
Okay.
face some questions, and you should be prepared for that. Okay,
Okay.
if maybe I will ask
Yeah.
some questions from the previous slides. Okay,
Okay. Fine. Fine. Sir, actually, uh,
1 minute is left.
I
1 minute.
prepared.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I prepared 50 questions from the slide 1 to 44
Mm-hmm.
based on the last class. Okay, and I have done some mock test also. 25 questions I have done, 25 questions left.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
good. That's very good. That's very good.
yeah, yeah. I will share you the questions also.
Can you please share those questions with me, what you
Yes,
have done so far? Okay.
yes, yes. I have the PDF file. I will send you. Sir.
Okay. Share with me, and I will also conduct some mock-ups,
Yes, yes.
once
Okay.
we finish some chapters. Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.